How do you think the Jake Paul-Anthony Joshua fight plays out?
I don't know. I want to make sure. I believe it once I see him in the ring.
If Paul starts his boxing career earlier, could Jake Paul have been a champion?
There's a possibility.
Euch wissen zu lassen, dass ich bereit für einen Rückkampf bin. Sobald es mir besser geht, wenn mein zweiter Kiefer bricht, ist das in Ordnung. Vorerst kein Weihnachtsmatch-Hühnchen. Anthony Joshuas Kiefer auch.
Mike Tyson has broken his silence following Anthony Joshua's knockout of Jake Paul, and his comments are reshaping the narrative around the fight. After weeks of speculation about where Tyson's loyalty stood, his post-fight reaction made it clear he was firmly impressed by Joshua's performance, fueling debate about the future of influencer boxing and signaling a shift in how legends of the sport view its crossover stars.
Coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jake is doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah, a little bow at the end. He bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. You know, but the day after the fight, the day after, I woke up, I told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
The atmosphere inside the arena was charged with anticipation as Anthony Joshua prepared to face Jake Paul, with intense focus surrounding the former heavyweight champion. In the moments before the opening bell, Joshua was guided by mentor Mike Tyson, who emphasized an aggressive, uncompromising approach rather than a cautious game plan. That mindset appeared to spark a more assertive version of Joshua, one that many observers said hadn't been seen in years, setting the tone for a fight that quickly turned one-sided.
Ring at 100 mile an hour. There's two things I would have done. Tried to shut Jake down at 100 mile an hour, or I would have gone on the back foot. So Jake decided to move around the ring, and I decided to put the pressure on. What I could have done better is a lot of things, 100%. In the fight game, you've seen the amazing fighters that have graced us over the last 100 years, and the expectations that we put on ourselves are immense, but I tried my best. Jake done well while it lasted, but if you remember what I said in the interview with Cameron is, fighting's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you understand the psychological warfare, I did say to you that, Jake, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna see a time when I'm gonna take your soul and you're either gonna give up or you're gonna get knocked out. And unless you have that instinct, you just will never be a good fighter. So I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start. But as we saw tonight, Jake has spirit. He has some heart. He tried his best. And I take my hat off to him because, number one, a lot of fighters haven't got in the ring with me, and Jake did. And secondly, even when he got knocked down, he kept on trying to get up. And I take my hat off to him. So America, I think you have someone who could potentially, if he still has the heart for it, come back again, dust the dirt off his shoulder and come again and maybe sell out this center sometime in 2026. Maybe against a Gervonta Davis, a Ryan Garcia, who knows?
Moments before Jake Paul made his walk to the ring, an unexpected encounter added a new layer to the night's narrative when Mike Tyson entered Paul's locker room. Rather than offering criticism, Tyson delivered words of perspective, acknowledging the magnitude of the challenge and emphasizing that true greatness requires taking risks others avoid. The brief exchange reframed Tyson's role not just as a mentor to Anthony Joshua, but as a veteran figure recognizing the significance of Paul's decision to step into the fight.
Obviously, you know,
He's beautiful. My family loves Jake Paul.
Could you fuck him up?
Oh, I'm so fucking easy. I would never. I mean, it's my whole fucking family. Everybody loves this little white motherfucker. When you see a white boy with balls, you know, fuck. I'm talking about.
Once the bell rang, the size difference was clear, with Anthony Joshua entering the ring significantly heavier and more imposing. Jake Paul spent much of the fight moving backward, searching for openings that had worked against older or less mobile opponents. But Joshua's aggressive approach steadily took control. By the fifth round, momentum had fully shifted as Paul was knocked down twice, and the crowd fell quiet as it became clear this was not an exhibition, but a decisive and one-sided contest.
Paul, what'd you think of the fight?
Oh, God. I think the gig is up. I'm just tired of Jake Paul as a boxer. I think he's done a fantastic job. He dressed up like Hulk Hogan. I just don't know how many more times Netflix is going to go to bat for him. But I think they will one more time because, you know, the axiom is basically if you draw money, you're going to be getting chance after chance until you're not drawing money. And then you'll still get a couple more chances after that because he did draw money. And that's kind of where he's at right now. You know, he's going to draw with Tyson. He's going to draw on this one. And so he's going to get a couple of more chances, you know, with Netflix. And they'll pay that, you know, good for him. They'll pay that money. But, man, these are, you know, this was just a bad fight and made boxing look bad. Made boxing look bad in many ways. You know, especially it just was a circus and the guy, you know, going for takedowns and the ref's not doing anything. I thought the ref was terrible. Thought Joshua, you know, was not good. Hurt himself, and then he even admitted it. And Jake was just out there not trying to win a boxing match. He was trying to survive and get the moral victory so he can go out there and be, you know, oh, you know, I lasted 6 rounds with Anthony Joshua. And he survived 6 rounds with him.
He survived all right.
But
he never quit. Like somebody
The fight ended in the 6th round when Anthony Joshua landed a decisive right hand that stopped the contest and sent
Jake Paul to the hospital for evaluation of a jaw injury.
The aftermath unfolded quickly as medical staff entered the ring. While cameras captured Mike Tyson watching with quiet approval, after the fight, Tyson...
Question to answer, very easy question to ask off the top. And I'll ask you the same one that I asked AJ. What did you make of that fight? What are your impressions of that fight?
I mean, I thought it was much better than I thought it would be. I mean, I know that people are going to say, well, Jake was running and Jake was hold. But listen, I mean, at the end of the day, Jake had one job, and that was to try and survive. I mean, he was never, ever going to win the fight, ever. And if you would have said to me, do I think he'll go 6 rounds? I would have said absolutely not. I mean, I felt that it would take AJ a couple of rounds to get hold of him because I knew Jake can move a bit and he'd be moving off the back foot and he'd be holding. But it was the way that he did it, I think, was actually quite impressive. Like, not that particular part, but the way that he would, you know, the way that he was strong in the clinch. You know, he wouldn't let AJ get his shots off in the clinch. He made him miss a few times. And obviously, AJ's been out of the ring for a while. But to be honest, I think the most fascinating thing of the whole night in terms of the fight was how he didn't get flatlined by that right hand. I mean, I said going into the fight, it's probably going to take AJ a few rounds to get hold of him. And I also said, as soon as he lands clean, the fight's over, right? He landed a few before, but the first that he landed really clean was the final shot. But, you know, he never flatlined Jake. I mean, he did break his jaw in 2 places, which is a disaster. But there are a lot of heavyweights that would have been out cold from that right hand. I mean, one of them was Francis Ngannou in a pretty similar shot, really. Do you know what I mean? So I actually give Jake unbelievable credit for doing it in the first place, but his performance as well. I mean, I stand by the fact that I think he's just a decent cruiserweight, but like he did go in with Anthony Joshua, and look, the world is full of criticism and opinions and negativity. Who else is doing what he's doing at what is he, late 20s? I mean, quite phenomenal. I mean, the guy's a complete madman. I'm watching him come out to that ring walk, and he's just an incredible entertainer. And I'm sort of standing in the ring going, is he for real? And he did all right. I mean, I know people will talk about the holding, but his job was to survive. And he survived for nearly 6 complete rounds.
Despite the severity of Jake Paul's injury, Mike Tyson suggested the story may not be over, saying in his first post-fight comments that he would be open to a potential rematch with Paul in 2026, a statement that quickly reignited debate. Across the boxing world,
After I beat Mike Tyson, the amount of people saying this is rigged was crazy. They like showed this clip of Mike Tyson going to swing at me with a left hook, and he like stopped doing it, but saw I had my right hand up. So he would have like swung like this, I catch it and shoot. He's leaning forward like I could have knocked him out. So that's why he stopped throwing it. And it's like they play this one clip and it has literally 50 million views on TikTok, but the average person doesn't understand.
Praised Paul's toughness for lasting longer than many expected, but also shifted focus to what the result could mean moving forward. Comments that immediately sparked widespread discussion across the boxing world.